Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Lucier here. Welcome to our weekly Tongren Distance healing session. If this is your first time here, you're in for a great experience. The idea that we're all connected and we can actually work on people. So many people are familiar with Reiki, and that's a good segue into our energy healing work. So we do Tongren Distance healing, which is a brilliant methodology of utilizing basically the collective unconscious, according to Europeans, the idea of oneness according to the ideas of Buddhism, and all of these different things in order to help people to, in a nutshell, open a blockage, unleash bioelectricity, and re-establish the brain-wound connection in many ways. That's what we do. So I'm going to also bring in our friends from Instagram because they're important. I think there's a new media out there. What's the new one for Facebook? Maybe you guys can help me out there. Facebook's got a new Twitter competitor or something like that. But anyway, I'm honored to be here with everyone. I'm going to get the Twitter people up to speed so we can get going. And every time I pull up Twitter, it's kind of like I'm always getting sucked into the animal rights things because they're so beautiful, showing the essence of animals being like having great feelings. But anyway, let me see if I can get the people here, and we will start to get tapping right away. And now I'm live on Instagram, and I have these here. So, welcome everyone. Oh, and I have one more area to get our requests from. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, and now Instagram, we are connected, but also on my website, which I will pull up here. And we will get let's see. Oh, I have too many tabs open. And I'm going to open a new tab. So what I want you to do all this week too is tell me better, worse, no change. Any other ideas of what we can do to help you out, which is really important to our weekly session. We have some good news. If Catherine wants to share it with all of us, that would be great, because that's what we want to do, is to grow, evolve with things are working. And I have some interesting things I want to share with everybody today about earthing. So if you can put in your text or your social media or other areas, if you are familiar with earthing, so that would be good to know. So let's get going. And I want to pull up social media. So we will be doing our 3-part process as I teach it. I'm actually teaching it again this weekend. If anybody's interested in learning Tongren Distance healing in one afternoon, I give you everything you need to do in order to basically be your own healer. That's what we call it. So you can be your own healer. And there we are. We've already got our requests. Esther is here, which is great. So I am going to pull this down. And one more. Yeah. And sorry for the delay. We are ready to go. We are going to tap in just 1 second. But I want to get one more thing going. So StreamYard. Oh, this week we want some interaction and some and feedback. So we have 2 dolls. So we're going to do the 3-part process. So put in your requests. Oh, I'm going to, believe it or not, I'm looking at myself, and let me see if I can get rid of these. Okay. Nope. I'm looking at myself in different time dimensions. My apologies. There we are. Okay, great. And there's my request. And let me see if I can remove. I don't know why it's doing two at the same time. 1 second. So let's start with maybe an echo and my voice, and we will begin. So I'll take our princess, and don't forget to say hello. So we will focus on people. They think they have everything bed to eat. I'd like to hear how they're doing. Why? Okay. There are two places. I'm going to remove it from one of the places. Sorry for the technical computers are not great. They're just different. And now I can't see anything. And there it is. 3-part process, blood flow to the brain. And hello to my friends, Central and South America. And you're here for Augustina. Great. Blood flow to the brain. So let's work on that first. So with the anything dealing with the brain, we want to focus on blood flow, nerve flow. So 3 blood flow targets, which is going to be great. And we want to focus on 3 blood flows. One is the common carotid artery, which is the sky window. And the other is carotid artery for Augustina. Earthing similar to grounding? It is pretty much the same thing, but it's a proactive technique that you can do with earthing mats. So I'm just wondering if people get the benefits that are proclaimed, which look really good, that I was going to tell everybody about, which is anti-inflammatory, anti-pain, and increased circulation and improved sleep. So let me know if you're getting these benefits as well. So the audio should be better. I eliminated my own clone. I have my own AI version of myself. So blood flow, common carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery, and the target area, which is GV17, the brain stem. And for your mom, are her essential tremors improving or the same? Definitely what I would recommend also to go plant-based for a month at least to see if there are any improvements. No fatty foods, no junk foods, no sugars, no inflammatory causing things. And then you want to basically remove all of those potential causes to reduce the potential for tremors and use the herbs that you said are having good benefit, which is Mucuna pruriens. Okay. So let's work for Augustina and the essential tremors, which is in the substantia nigra part of the brain. So the audio should be perfect now, which is great. So let me know, Curious Harmony, if you got good benefit from the mat. Okay, so let's go to the beginning, but more with the brain stem for Augustina. And anti-inflammation for Augustina and oxygenation for everyone today with any issues of inflammation and even cancer. They're improving a little bit. Thank you for the feedback. So let's continue to work for the essential tremors and the specific part of the brain, the substantia nigra part of the brain, by working on GB 7, 8, and 9. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like a typhoon outside my window. You guys can probably hear it too. And T1 to T8 for inflammation, and then grounding for Augustina and Martha. And let's work on the nerves themselves for Martha. Brachial plexus, all the way down to the fingers for Martha as well. And for immune system, T1 to T8 for nasty colds. And hello, Tiffany, good to see you. Grounding liver 3 and kidney 1. So next we work with Catherine and then Esther as well. Blood flow to the brain. So initialize the brain, kind of do a reboot. Glad you stayed the course. Yep, happy to help in any way I can. Okay, so eyes. We'll work on 3 things for the eyes. The eyes, and the eyes. See, 3 for the eyes. And if she puts in her feedback, up to you, but it sounds like we've had some good results. But if you hear Catherine, you can put in your good news. Audio is better now, which is great. Yep. So let me know if you've used the earthing bed sheets. I've done a lot of research on the data on earthing mats. They are good. So that was one thing I wanted to bring up today for people. For reducing inflammation, core cause, pretty much everything. And it makes sense to be connected to the earth. So, like, for example, I'm all summer, no shoes for me. And then I try to walk on the beach or in the ground on the earth as much as possible. That is a connection to the earth energy. We are of the earth. We are of the ocean. We are of the air. We are of the sky. We are of the universe. And we interact with those frequencies on a regular basis. So we want to actually be connected to the source of energies, electromagnetic energy of the earth, our bodies, even our mindset, our consciousness, our past lives, all those different things have an interactive relationship. Blood flow to the brain, but the eyes. So let's really work on the eyes. So the vein health, GV17 for circulation. Tubal artery to spinal artery, but blood flow to the eyes, which would be the facial artery. C3 for the eyes. Yeah, look up earthing.com, believe it or not. Earthing.com. There's a guy, I forget his name. He's like the master predecessor to create earthing devices. They were actually pretty simple. Some of them are very affordable now. You can have a mat. I mean to get one for while I'm working here at the computer. I can put my feet on it and be grounded from the second floor to the earth, which I think is really good. I think it also helps to release EMFs. So you're kind of creating that Faraday cave, if I understand the science correctly. So more of the eyes. C3 for the eyes, C4 for the eyes, ouch points for the eyes, facial artery for the eyes, and liver for the eyes, and GV17 for the blood flow to the eyes. And for Esther, blood inflammation. Let's work on inflammation, T1 to T8. Yes, we have a comment. It says, we are fighting hard to stay on Earth in this current dimension. As human beings, if you think of it this way, we are spiritual beings in a physical body, but the physical body is not exempt from the physical world, even though we are spiritual beings. So it is important to be connected. Humans, even from spiritual perspective, we are the interface between above, heaven, human interface, earth below. So we are that intermediary space. So connecting to the earth is going to support grounding and our elevation of consciousness. And for Esther, T1 to T8, anti-inflammation and blood flow, nerve flow for the bladder. So Esther, I was thinking of you for the earthing mats. It might be a good option because you can put them in your bed at night, and then all night you're getting basically healing, calming, anti-inflammatory therapy. Easy peasy, work while we're asleep. And sacrum 1 to 5 for the sacrum. So just to double check, the sound on Facebook should be perfect now. And hip to hip, because there are hip issues, we want to do anti-inflammation and the hips. Lumbosacral plexus area and the hips. So with anything in terms of a choice for energetics, there may be lots of unwanted energies. So if you think of it in terms of real estate, you can focus on the negative or focus on the positive. The more you focus on the positive, the real estate available space in our heads everywhere for the negative energies or unwanted energies has less and less room. And we just fill up the space with positive energies, love, peace, and compassion. Like turning a light on in a room. The room may be empty, the room may be dark, but it doesn't mean it's free of compassion. Turn on the light, now it's full of light. Okay, liver 3 and kidney 1. Make sure I got everything for you, Esther. If not, please add it in. Pondering Traveler, Tim Keys, and Tiffany, welcome. Be seeing you in a couple of days. So for Pondering Traveler, Detox, Liver Health, Severe Cognitive Dysfunction, and Deep Despair, I highly recommend. We have our 2-week clay detox program coming up. That's where you proactively soak with clay, herbs, drinking a clay drink, and pulling toxins. Clay is a binder that pulls toxins out of the body. And then at the same time we do the process, we have bitter herbs, which helps liver health, which are good things for everyone. So we do it. It's a 2-week process. It's very helpful for this type of thing, exactly. And it will improve the microbiome, which will also help with happy hormones and neurotransmitters for the brain and for despair. And cognitive dysfunction because it's alkalizing. And here comes the typhoon. You're all going to hear it. Blood flow to the brain. Brain command points, brain stem command points. Blood flow, nerve flow, so the vertebral artery to the spinal artery. So from a Tongren perspective for detoxing, T4 for the skin, our largest detox organ, T7 for the spleen, because detoxing is also important with the lymph system, and T9 for the liver, and removal the kidneys. L2. Cognitive dysfunction, blood flow to the brain, sky window of Oates. So has anybody else used the either a biomat or an earthing mat? So I'd like to hear your feedback. Esther, yep, I see you. So for Curious Harmony, how's the bed sheet, earthing bed sheet going? Okay. Blood flow to the brain. TBI and brain bleeds, we will improve reducing inflammation and blood flow to the brain to remove excess toxins, mental, cognitive, physical balance, vertigo, etc. Loose teeth and receding gums. For loose teeth and receding gums, I would definitely daily coconut swishing to strengthen the teeth, strengthen the gums, and to also detox. It's also a detox. It's called coconut pulling. So that would be one good tip. That will help all of those areas: mental, cognitive, physical balance, and we will work on them from Tongren perspective as well. So TBI, traumatic brain injury, and we'll work with you next. Tim, thank you for joining, and we'll see you on the weekend. So there's still time to sign up if you want to sign up for the workshop on Saturday, 1 to 5 Eastern Time, to learn everything you need to know to do the tapping and why it works and why it's based on science, opening blockage, and the core of bioelectricity of the body. So TBI, blood flow, 3 blood flow areas we want to remove. We want to increase circulation, reduce pressure, which is GB17, sky window, vertebral artery, and carotid occipital artery. Definitely infrared therapy for the brain bleeds. Increase circulation. Always, of course, talk to your doctor if you're doing anything with your brain. So that would be helpful. Vertebral artery, spinal artery. So mental, cognitive, physical balance. Physical balance, vertigo, which was GB17, the medulla. Balance, in Tong, third eye, connections with your true self. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation. Wow, you can hear the rain? Yeah, there's a typhoon out there. Noah's Ark deal situation going out there. I might have to get on the ark. All right, so let's see for the gums, C3, 4, and 5 for the gums, receding gums, but definitely proactively oil pulling for the teeth and gums. And also the other thing you can do for teeth and gums is they have these gummies that are for oral microbiomes to basically build up the bacteria, healthy bacteria of the mouth. So constipation, lumbosacral plexus, but there's a method for constipation. Oh yeah. Let me make a note here. So constipation, think about hydration and fiber. Eliminate non-fiber foods, which are not plant-based. They are animal foods. They have no fiber, lots of fat, as opposed to plant-based foods, which is lots of fiber, low amount of fat. So ear loss, GB789, vestibular cochlear nerves, and the ouch point of the ears themselves. And happy to support you, Deb. And welcome Anna Maria O'Day. We will tap for meniscus on the right knee. Thank you. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. As always, when we do this, we sit with our feet flat on the floor, palms face up. Breathing through the nose will be very helpful. And another trick is longer exhales and inhales. Okay, so Curious Guest, then Curious Harmony, then Happy Mama, and let's work on next. We will work with Tim Keys. So blood flow to the brain. Let's work right away on CV17 for the heart. CV17 and cataracts. So for cataracts, there's NAC. There's a book called Cataract Cure. There's a product called Can-C, which is basically amino acids for the eyes, it says it's a cure for cataracts. So that would be another option. And Lauren, good to see you. And Noah just went by in his ark, so I think I missed the boat, so to speak. Brother-in-law Kim, damaged left eye 2 weeks ago, hospitalized and had surgery on the left eye. Okay, let's work on the left eye right now. Continue to work on blood flow. And the eyes for Tim, and the CV17 for the heart. Left eye, no vision in it. Might still lose his eye. Sorry to hear about that. Lots of headaches, I'm sure. So let's do the blood flow to the brain and the headache points, which are GB20. Dizziness, which is GB17. Nausea, vagus nerve, and balance, also GB17. You're welcome, Deb. C3 for the eyes. Facial artery for the eyes. Common carotid artery. Sky window for the eyes. And CV4 for the nausea and dizziness. And T5 for the enlarged heart for Tim. T5. So Dorothy has some good news. I love good news. Sorry you're late. That's okay. We have plenty of time. Eyes a lot better today. Great. So please tap macular degeneration, wet in both eyes, and cataracts. So we will do that. And the Elder Georgia Tribe. Awesome. Blood flow to the brain. I think we had Mama. Did we have? Nope. Mama Shari. Yep, we did. No request from her, but we will work with you anyway from the past. And then Lauren Fazio, quick tune-up for overall good health. So Lauren, blood flow to the brain. Dorothy, blood flow to the brain as well. And we'll work with you, Anna Maria, in just a moment. vertebral artery, spinal artery. So Helen, Linda, Tess, Bruce, Durham, Tim, Steve, and Brian. Concussion. I think I asked you before, you all have a concussion? Did you all have it at the same time? Or it's just different times? T1 to T8 for concussion, 3 blood flow targets. Carotid artery to the brain, vertebral artery to the brain, occipital artery to the brain. GV17 for arteriosclerosis, middle ear granulomas. Let's work on the ears and blood flow to the ears, as well as C3 for the ears. So blood flow would be the occipital arteries, vertebral arteries, and facial arteries, and the ouch point for the ears directly. So the good news is we're getting some good news for people with eye issues. There is also some herbs, eye clear I think it is, that I mentioned before. Saffron, those types of herbs. So Georgia Tribe, 66 to 95. What does 66 to 95 mean? Hypothyroid, underactive thyroid. Definitely check your water. If you're drinking water with fluoride, it's going to mess up your thyroid. Sea vegetables, everything but kelp, I would go for as well. And from Janet Orlando, my blood M spike. You mean your M dimer? D dimer? M spike. Which M spike is that? It's closer to 0. Went from 6 down to 3. Wow, today is like, oh, happy day. It's raining. Noah's Ark is going by the window. And we're getting lots of good reports from everyone. So please, continue the good reports. And share them with everybody else to inspire them. Blood flow, nerve flow, spinal artery. T1 to T8 for Anna Maria for her knee, torn meniscus. Blood flow, nerve flow, T7, and right knee. My apologies. Lumbosacral plexus, blood flow, and then the right knee, stomach 36, and the ouch point for the knee itself. And down liver 3 and kidney 1. So everybody check out, you're having some good responses, you're doing good work. I'm just kind of the wizard behind the curtain. You guys are doing all the work. And like they say, there's no place like home, which is the center of your healing heart. Blood flow to the brain. Chi for healthy blood. Also good news before perfect bloods. T1 to T8. So let's do a 3-part process for the blood. And hello, Michael. You look maybe a new person, but good to see you. As always. Not sure about, so today's theme is earthing mats. So a mattress with spring coils, I don't know if that's an issue. I don't think so. As long as the spring coils are not touching the mat itself is basically a wire to the ground. So it should be okay. But let me know if you have that. If you read that, let me know, and we will take a look at that. If it is, maybe just put the mat on the floor and do it a few hours a day, separate from the bed. But I have not heard that. Ages 66 to 96. Oh, okay, got it. Thanks, pal. So we're working on healthy blood. T1 for the bones. Healthy blood. Blood comes from the bones, the bone marrow. So we want to support the blood and the bones. That is T1 for the bones. TB39 for the bones. And for everyone, craniosacral fluid for the bones and everything else to nourish the spinal nerves with the craniosacral fluid, which is the most conductive material in the human body, which means it can have the most bioelectricity. And it makes sense because it pools in the area of the crystal palace, and the crystal palace is also related to Kundalini energy and even enlightenment. All good stuff. So yeah, let me know, Janet, what you mean by M spike. I'd love to know what that means. If you're talking about D-dimer spike proteins from the gene therapy injection, the COVID injections. But it looks like you went down 50%, so that's a good thing. So, craniosacral fluid for everyone, for perfect bloods, and for Laura as well, for a happy gut. But GV1920, 2122, Crystal Palace, GV20, 3 ventricles, ventricle 1, basically pumping pillows. So, Anne-Marie, if I'm going to share your comments. Yes, good response. My knee used to lock up as soon as I sit down, but this week, no episode of that. And then the other thing you can do for your knee, transdermal magnesium oil. Also, for that's going to release and relax. Also, castor oil, which will increase circulation and healing. And aloe vera is another option for macrophage and cleaning up the area. But I would definitely do some magnesium oil in the castor oil, or just some good oils on the knee to help it accelerate circulation and healing. So, craniosacral fluid from the brain to the tailbone for the sacrum, S1 to 5. And we're going to continue to work on a tune-up for Laura and Fazio. And tailbone 1 to 4. So for happy gut, that's the microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5. So eat lots of fermented foods. I got information from your mom about gut shot. That's how I learned about it. So definitely happy gut shot, and then that'll be a good option. And fermented foods, because the serotonins and happy hormones are made in your gut. Yes, we got your early requests. We worked on your request for detox, Wandering Traveler, absolutely. And cognitive dysfunction, and we can do some more on that too. Worry-free mind, GB13. So a great way to detox, especially the liver, is castor oil packs on the liver, alternating with the belly. So for Augustina, her test's coming up. So we will know shortly that her tests are going to be stellar and she's going to be great. The other thing for anyone, Augustina or everyone, turmeric with black pepper, ideally in a powder or a tea, and fermented if you can as well. That is one of the most anti-inflammatory foods, along with ginger, and it has been proven by science also to be anti-cancer by directly working on pathways that enable the functionality of cancer cells. So a win-win-win for turmeric, black pepper. And if you ever take it, eat it with a little bit of fat, because that will enhance the bioavailability as well. Golden milk, Ayurvedic master magic formula. And lymph, T3 for the lymph and immune system, T1 to T8. And a tune-up for Lauren, T1 to T8, T11 to T12, L4, L5 for the parasympathetic nervous system. And a lymph tune-up for everyone, including Lauren. Sky window, 2 spots. Lymph drainage, axillary lymph, the armpits. Inguinal lymph, and even CV4 also for Esther for the bladder area. Yep, so Janet, let me know what you mean by M spike, but it just sounds like good news no matter what. So the next one is please tap for dissolving of a benign fibroma in upper right femur bone. So I would try a few things. I would do one, a clay pack overnight on the area, clay and water. In fact, to that clay pack, I would add castor oil. So I would do that overnight for a week or so. See how that goes. That's a good first start. Otherwise, the basic pattern of putting a castor oil pack on the belly, alternating with the liver. That's the basic protocol. So in case I didn't do it specifically, macular degeneration, C3, GB17 as well. T1 to T8 immune system. You guys are still having audio-visual issues. It could be the typhoon outside of my window. For those of you that don't know, typhoon comes from the Chinese taifeng, which means a ton of wind, a lot of wind. And another piece of trivia is kamikaze means divine wind. And that is because when the Chinese were going to invade Japan, there was all of a sudden this crazy storm that wiped out the Chinese fleet, and they never bothered them. So they were protected by a divine wind, also known as kamikaze. So let's work on the bones for blue sky. If you have any access to infrared light therapies, I would definitely put that in the area of the right femur and the whole bone area. And again, T1 bones for Isaac, T1, and T5 for the heart. GB13, right side. So we're getting some good results, which is great. It's because you guys are doing a lot of good work, focusing on it. Focus on anti-inflammation, plant-based foods, lots of hydration, community support, spiritual practices, all those things. And hello, Sylvie. Great to see you. And Erica. Histamine, mast cells, digestion, all connected, actually. Missed you too. So blood flow to the brain. Stage 3 breast cancer with tumor breast and the lymph node under right arm. So you need to right away do castor oil packs on the breast. There's a company called Lulu's Naturals, which has breast-specific castor oil packs and castor oil with herbs, essential oils. I would start that right away and alternate that with the belly for sure. And from our perspective, T4 for the breast. pH adjust, alkalizing advanced bicarbonate of soda. And we didn't forget Relaxed Mind, GB13 for your family. Blue Sky. GB13 and Third Eye, connecting to our true self for Relaxed Mind. GB13 for calming down the frontal lobe, also for the family. So T4 for the stage 3 breast cancer. Any cancer, anybody listening to me today, Esiac T. I get it from a company that says if you don't have results in 6 months, they give you all your money back. Lymph nodes, so T3 for the lymph. And lymph nodes under the armpits, right armpit, axillary lymph. Mammary arteries, blood flow, nerve flow, mammary arteries, lung 1, lung 2. Okay. So we'll do some more with this, with Detox. Work with the benign fibroma. Stage 3 breasts. And Gary from Florida. And let's see who else. And Janet will work on blood as well. Blood flow to the brain. And Momashari buzzing with chi test coming up next Thursday. Okay. So everybody here, think for Augustina, test Thursday. Big day. Gonna be good. Gonna be great. Blood flow to the brain. Gary from Florida. Let's tap for Florida. And enlarged prostate. Blood flow, nerve flow. Cystic mass across pelvic area in colon. Castor oil packs are built for pelvic or any kind of cyst or fibroids. That's their superpower. So I would definitely go with the castor oil packs. You can set up a time to talk with me. I can give you all the mechanics of how you need to do that. That'll be a great tool. You can add castor oil packs with essential oils as well. So enlarged prostate, also for less T1 to T8, histamine, lymph Erica, and T10, 11, 12 for digestion, absorption, and elimination. Cystic mass in small intestine bowel. So for anyone with these things are byproducts of inflammation. So number 1, pH adjusts first thing in the morning. Number 2, SEACT. Number 3, if you can get some infrared therapy. Number 4, hydration. CV lumbosacral plexus for the pelvic area. CV4 so also anything for the intestines for cooling, calming, and healing. Aloe vera juice. If you need a good source, let me know. So sometimes when I tap, I can create lightning. Did you hear it? That was great. Feel the chi. And there goes Noah. The next 40-day sequence, he will be back. So let's work on intestinal bleeding. T11, T12, L4, L5. Definitely aloe vera for your intestines to heal and stop the bleeding. Castor oil packs to get rid of the cyst and also to support stopping the bleeding in the bowel area. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1, but CV4 also for the lower intestines. All of you have atherosclerosis, so definitely look at your diet, you guys. If you all have it, it's something you're eating, most likely. And if you all have arthritis, it's because you're eating inflammatory foods. 3, with hypothyroidism, check your water. Get a filter that removes fluoride. 2, with concussion, not sure why that would be in the same group, maybe playing soccer, but in 1, ear granulomas and infection, 1 with chronic fatigue. So let's again work with the tribe there. One practitioner asked that since we are a large group, we should list names and conditions separately. If you can, that's okay. This is working out all right. We try to work on one at a time. Whichever works for you. 1 name, 1 condition, that's an option, for sure. Or you do it by group, like the tribe. That's also good. So Esther, you have a grounding mat. Oh, I was hoping this would be a good solution for you. It no longer works and didn't really seem to help. Okay, that's honest. So C6, C7, hypothyroid, blood flow to the brain for the concussions, 3 areas, carotid artery, vertebral artery, occipital arteries. For the concussion, ears, GB789 for the ears, vestibular cart for the nerve, C3 for the ears, and the ouch point for the ears, and 3, 4, 5 for the gum infections. So, Laura, if you're doing the castor packs, in particular, I would reach out to fertilityshop.com. So I think we caught everyone. Tim, you also have lung affected by forest fire, so let's work on that. And a little more for Erica, and then we should be all set. Blood flow to the brain. Command points of the brain. But good news. So everybody, shout out for Augustina doing her test this week. Go, Augustina. Yay. It's going to be great. You're going to be awesome. Blood flow, nerve flow down the spine. T3 for the lungs. Detox. T9 for the liver. Lung 1, lung 2, Chinese medicine points for the lungs. T1 to T8 for anti-inflammatories. Histamine, lymph, and T11, T12, microbiome and the digestion. T11, T12, L4, L5. Liver 3 and kidney 1. And everybody sit with your feet flat on the floor, palms face up, taking a deep breath through the nose, exhale longer through the nose. Buzzing with chi, which is great. Thank you, Marie. Give us an update for Augustine. She's going to do great. She may be an option also for the SEAC-T as well. SEAC-T and bioavailable turmeric, 2 things. And the castor on the base of the neck, as you're doing. And the Tongren. So charge the battery, CV4 for everyone. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Keep in touch. Joe at honorsarwellness.com if you have any further questions. Saturday, we have Be Your Own Healer workshop, hoping to get more people to join. There are still some openings. I think we have quite a few. We have the 2-week detox program coming up August 3rd, I think it is. That's based on clay and advanced detoxification. So we've got some people for that. There are still some openings as well. And for Janet, when plasma cells produce large amounts of abnormal antibodies called monoclonal proteins, monoclonal antibodies and proteins, commonly called on M-spike. Hope this helped. My email, Janet Orlando. Thank you very much for that information. Every day is a learning opportunity. Blessings for everyone. Be kind to one another. Have a great day. For now, just relax. Continue to enjoy the energy that's flowing and the wisdom of the body to heal. Thanks very much and have a great day.